It's a cold Saturday in Chestnut Hill, so we are inside the Fish Field House for the ACC opener for number 4 Boston College and number 10 Duke. Appreciate you joining us here. Eric Galanti along with you for this top 10 matchup between the Eagles and the Blue Devils. Boston College coming off its first loss of the season to Northwestern, 15-14 on the road last week. And you see the numbers so far this year. No surprise to see the Eagles once again with that outstanding team coming back. Basically everyone except Charlotte North. So still trying to find that scoring. And 2 players who have stepped up this year are McKenna Davis and Kayla Martello. Davis, who had one of the best freshman seasons in BC history in terms of her assists, but the points now along with the goals starting to come at a higher rate. And Martello has just been scoring the lights out with 11 goals so far this season and 12 total points. She's been a key cog in the offense as the Eagles' leading scorer. On the other side, Duke 3-0, coming off one of their better seasons in a while last year, 15-1 start. The win at the end of that was against Boston College, but then obviously slipped a bit down the stretch. Their draw control numbers certainly jump out, and Maddie Jenner made a big statement last week in a dominating win for Duke over Gardner-Webb. Jenner set the all-time Division I record for career draw controls with 646. That sets the new record as she passes Jessica Karwacki's record for Robert Morris about 10 years ago. So Jenner has been so good, and that's a real factor today to see if Duke can control the draw control, a spot where Boston College is still trying to fill that spot after losing Charlotte North. There is Shane Fitzpatrick who gets the start for Duke today. Duke really has a plethora of goalies on their roster. Fitzpatrick has played a much. Sophia LaRose has played a bunch this year. So Fitzpatrick gets the start. Wouldn't be surprised if we see multiple goalies today. And there is Rachel Hall who gets the start in goal for Boston College. No surprise there. She's been the workhorse back there for a while. So the aforementioned Jenner is in the draw control circle along with Ryan Smith. And we are off and ready to go in this top 10 matchup between Duke and Boston College. Again, the Blue Devils winning last year's matchup down in Durham. And here's a quick turnover. Holly Schleicher is there for BC. Schleicher, reigning All-American, has been so good throughout the course of her career in the back. Part of this excellent defensive core for Boston College. And the Eagles back to work on the offensive end. Davis quickly in front, and they score. Cassidy Weeks. And Boston College quickly with an early strike. 6th goal of the season for Weeks. And it's set up by McKenna Davis, who will get credit for her 9th assist of the season. And there's a perfect look there from Weeks, able to go to that top corner and get the assist from Davis. It's where McKenna Davis is really good as a facilitator to help set things for Boston College. And so the Eagles are off to an early start. We have a long way to go. As we said last year when these two teams played, it was a 1-goal game, 16-15 the final score, and we would expect certainly nothing different today in terms of that high-scoring nature. The 3-0 Duke Blue Devils and the 2-1 BC Eagles. Draw control for Boston College. The draw control is really a microcosm of what this whole team is going to look like for BC this year, where they bring back so much from last year, except maybe a really crucial piece in Charlotte North and a crucial piece on the back line in Courtney Taylor. And at the draw control, okay, North's gone as you see the pressure defense here from Duke, but a whistle goes against Riley Traynor for the Blue Devils, so the Eagles will get possession. But around Ryan Smith, you have Schleicher, who is as good as anyone playing on the circle in the draw control, to help out. Here is Ryan Smith. In her senior season, working against Olivia Carner. Had an outstanding season defensively for Duke last year. Weeks looking for Davis on the pass. It's cleaned up by Courtney Weeks. Back this season after missing last year due to injury. Medjid dodging right. Got bumped off, but a whistle. As we play here early in the first quarter, and an opportunity for Jenn Medjid. Boston College's leading active scorer. Medjid, who missed a game earlier this year, but back healthy now, comes in on the free position and missed high. Was affected by Cubby Biscardi, and the backup to Missy Biscardi for Duke. So that was really well done defensively. Ball sat loose behind Fitzpatrick, but Davis could not go into the crease, and this is floated all the way downfield, but not converted. Sydney Scales with a good read, and on the outlet pass, here comes Boston College. Cassidy Weeks right down Comm Ave, and we'll work back to the fan of the Eagles. We'll cycle the offense around. Ryan Smith moves away from pressure and gives it to Courtney Weeks. Again, playing inside the Fish Fieldhouse today. The Eagles have been doing this in the early season for the last few years, going back to 2020. Certainly a good thing on a day like today where it is in the teens outside. Weeks, great look to Davis, has room. Great setup for Martello. Second assist for Davis. And Martello with her team leading 12th goal of the season. Excellent passing again. Davis's vision, and you can see how she draws two blue jerseys pulling over, and that leaves Martello wide open, as Olivia Carner could not get back over in time. Kayla Martello has been a sensation in this junior season. And again, a lot of these players for Boston College, it's really not a surprise, because these are really highly recruited players who have had a lot of success under Acacia Walker-Weinstein, but now you're just getting the opportunity as you continue to move up. And Martello and Davis have taken advantage. Here's Jenner. You can see Jenner's frame is such a huge part of why she is so effective at the draw control, listed at 6'2" on the card. Got that long reach. Helps her win a lot of them clean. So a 2-0 lead. Davis has 2 assists, her 9th and 10th of the season. And Duke really working on the offensive end for the first time. Caroline DeBellis plays it over to Carner. Here is Anna Callahan. Carner now, trying to get around Sydney Scales. Scales forced her to the turf. It was played on a ground ball back for Jenner. 36 to shoot for Duke. Katie Keller brought it in. And now Carly Bernstein from X. Melanie Welsh face guarding. DeBellis setting up Jenner. Her shot, she scores! Maddie Jenner with her 7th goal of the season. And Duke is within 2-1. Really nice find, and Jenner with a mismatch there on Weeks. And you can see her size, just a huge asset Duke is on the board at 2-1. DeBellis with the assist. That's her 6th assist and 8th point of the season for the senior. A little bit of contact on the draw control, and possession will go to Boston College.
Duke goal scored by number 14, Jenn, assisted by number 2, Caroline.
Annabelle Hasselbeck is in there for Boston College for the first time, along with Andrea Reynolds offensively. Mallory Hasselbeck in there as well. Eagles work the offense here, still early in the timer, with the lead 2-1. Whistle and shooting space was called against Jordan. Or beg your pardon, a yellow card came out. So Maddie Johnson was the one called, and Boston College will go a player up. Excellent opportunity here for the Eagles. So a great chance for BC to increase their lead. Medjid starts by playing it back to Reynolds. Here is Annabelle Hasselbeck. Passes out with the double team coming. Davis sets up Martello, spinning left. Nowhere to go. Duke did a nice job collapsing there defensively. Davis again. Martello backs off, gives it back to Davis. Medjid playing down low. Hasselbeck thought about it, now takes it and scores! Mallory Hasselbeck hesitated at first, wasn't sure whether she was going to take it or not, but the lane stayed open. And Hasselbeck takes advantage, and Boston College has a 3-1 lead. Mallory Hasselbeck with her 5th goal of the season. You'll see the lane open up really nicely. Again, Duke's a player down, and Hasselbeck elects to just take it. And from that far out, it's one you probably live with if you're Duke, and that's kind of why no one goes to her, but she's able to take the shot clean, and it's 3-1, the lead for Boston College. Eagles have it again. So BC has been strong at the draw control so far against one of the best to do it in the country. Sydney Scales helping to bring the Eagles into the offensive zone. Annabelle Hasselbeck ahead for Belle Smith. The junior. Davis got bumped, and then Riley Trainer going for it, and I believe they're going to whistle Trainer there, so Boston College will keep possession. BC back to work. And a whistle with Andrea Reynolds receiving the pass. So a restart for Boston College. 40 on the timer, still plenty of time. Reynolds goes with the short bounce shot, and it bounced high and over the net. And Duke so far has been very good on their backups. So the Blue Devils get possession again. That was Maddie Johnston, who was there for Duke to get possession for the Blue Devils. Pass was behind and too tall for Anna Callahan. But Duke does manage to go back and get it. Devils cycling the offense around. Patience here, Maddie Jenner. Jenner off to her left, working against Belle Smith. Good setup on the pass. DeSimone got forced off by Melanie Welsh. Welsh continues to play such a huge role defensively for BC. Carly Bernstein spinning back off of her left. I think that got the post. Hall may have gotten a piece. Either way, Boston College in possession of it. So the Eagles hold up defensively on that sequence. Ollie Schleicher gives it off to her cousin, Belle Smith. 3-1 lead BC, 6:37 remaining here in this first quarter from Fish Fieldhouse. First ACC game of the year for each of these two teams. Annabelle Hasselbeck still managed to get that forward, but was hit from behind by Olivia Carner. And Duke will take it the other way. Whistle there from behind goes against Andrea Reynolds. Duke clears at 91% so far this season. Callahan is set up away from Belle Smith. Pass was, I think, looking for the cutter. Carner does go all the way through to DeSimone. Winning All-American honorable mention, Katie DeSimone. Once again, the leading scorer this year for Duke with 17 points so far this year. Whistle goes against Annabelle Hasselbeck. And a free position chance for Olivia Carner. First free position chance of the game for Duke. Olivia Carner coming in. And she scores. And no, it's waved off. So the play waved off. And Boston College going quickly has possession. Belle Smith working away from Kay Conway. Smith was on it for a while, managed to keep possession, got it off to Reynolds. And the Eagles set up 4:40 remaining, first quarter, 3-1 the lead, Boston College. Whistle against Katie Keller. That is Annabelle Hasselbeck, the older of the Hasselbeck sisters. The junior passes up on the free position. 30 on the timer with 4 minutes to go in the first. And a 3-1 lead for Boston College. Whistle before the shot, but count it for McKenna Davis. So 2 assists already, and now Davis with the goal, her 6th of the season. She's up to 16 points on the year in game number 4. Snuck it in on the near side. The first conference game of the season for Duke and Boston College, and again, a loaded ACC. North Carolina, no surprise, picked on top of the lead, the defending national champs over the defending national runners-up. And then Syracuse, who's up to rank number 2 in the country right now. And then Duke in the number 4 spot. Basically everybody in the top 8 are ranked. Should be just another fabulous year in the ACC. Draw control so far, 3-2 in favor of Boston College. There is Ryan Smith. And the NCAA all-time leader in draw control wins, Maddie Jenner for Duke. Or 4-1 lead for BC. Goals by Davis, Weeks, Martello, and Mallory Hasselbeck. Maddie Jenner scoring the lone goal for Duke so far. Schleicher's so good on those draw controls from the circle. And she will get credit for her 2nd of the game. It is truly a team effort, not the draw for this Boston College team. Cassidy Weeks, who scored the first goal of the game for BC. Now the Eagles cycle it around. A different line on the offense out there now with both Weeks' sisters and Martello. Here is Courtney Weeks' shot, and that is stopped. So Shane Fitzpatrick will be credited with her first save of the game. Duke changes field, down by 3. Here, 2:43 remaining in the first. Blue Devils had that free position chance earlier that was waved off. We were told that we're in the crease, which is why it was waved off. Here is Carly Bernstein against Courtney Weeks. Bernstein trying to get her footing, does manage to get it away to Katie DeSimone. Quick chance, and stopped by Hall. That'll go down as the first save of the game for Rachel Hall. A grad student from Cypress, Texas, started her career at Oregon. Came in as a transfer 3 years ago. On a career she has had. There's a whistle there going against Duke. I think that was Callahan again. Really good stop by Hall. And then the hit at the end of it. So it was ruled as a yellow card against Duke. And it is Boston College a player up once again. It was Jillian Curran who was called for the card. Martello back for McKenna Davis. Good passing here for the Eagles. Weeks got rid of it to Martello. Eagles continue to cycle and get the call against Jordan Bauer. Here is Weeks to start. Quickly, McKenna Davis fakes once, then it was stopped by Fitzpatrick. Duke trying to get possession away. Julia Schwasnick was the one who started it. And then Kay Conway got pushed off. Boston College still a player up here and a whistle, and we will, with 33.6 seconds to go in the first, we reset. And Duke on the offensive end. Timer off so you can hold for a final look here for Duke, down 4-1 here in this first quarter. DeSimone got it in front. Jenner swing, but didn't have it. Excellent defense by Boston College. Hall sends it all the way downfield, and that will do it for the first. So a really good defensive period by BC. Eagles dominate the shots, 9-2 overall and 7-1 in shots on goal. And it's a 4-1 Boston College lead over Duke at the end of the first quarter. Eagles got on the board early with Cassidy Weeks, and then it was Martello, Hasselbeck, and Davis. 4-1 Eagles after one. Welcome back to Fish Fieldhouse as we start the second quarter. 4-1 lead for Boston College over Duke. Kirsten Kimmel in the middle there in the black vest, head coach of the Blue Devils. One of the longest tenured coaches in the ACC. Storied career in her 28th season, 335 wins overall. One of those many coaches who played at Maryland under Cindy Timshaw. Acacia Walker-Weinstein is also in that tree. Head coach of Boston College. You know, earlier this year, she talked a lot about how, you know, they really did not feel like this was any kind of reset or rebuild or whatever one of those stereotypical words you want to use. Because, sure, even though you lose a player to the caliber of Charlotte North, outside of that, there's still so much that returns, especially on the defensive end. She feels like there's no reason that her team can't pick up right where they left off. They have so far. Obviously a close loss on the road to Northwestern. It's also the fourth consecutive ranked team that Boston College has played to start the season. That will go to 5 straight when the Eagles play on the road against the #1 team in the country, North Carolina, next Saturday on ACC Network. So Acacia Walker-Weinstein, who is not afraid to schedule hard, feels like it really helps them develop as the year goes on, and they certainly are doing that again. They've played number 18, 23, 5, and now 10 in the country to begin the season. Draw controls were 4-2 in favor of Boston College in that first quarter. And the Eagles will get another one here to start the second. Schleicher's been really good. Reynolds has been really good from the edges, along with Ryan Smith, who's been taking them for Boston College. Eagles cycling it around. Pass to the middle for Bell. Smith just hit off her stick. Still trying to clean up the ground ball. Eagles come away with it. Good work by Reynolds to find that in traffic. And BC back to the attack. Quick pass to the middle. Eluded Medjid. That was backed up by Martello. Still 33 to shoot for Boston College. Medjid working from X. Martello up top. Davis creates, Medjid in front, she scores. Another outstanding feed by McKenna Davis. And Jenn Medjid not gonna miss from there. Tenth goal of the season for the grad student. Former #1 recruit in the country. And Medjid, who's tied together a lot of eras, was a freshman during the end of the run of the big three of Apuzzo, Kent, and Arsenal. And then obviously a key cog along with Charlotte North over the last few years offensively. And now into her own as the top option. One thing that early in the season, Acacia Walker-Weinstein mentioned, we asked her about, okay, now that Charlotte North's not there and you have someone else moving to the top of the scout, even if it's moving from 2 to the top or even 1A, 1B to the top of the scout, does that put a different level of pressure? But she really kind of downplayed that and thought that Jenn Medjid's been through so much. She's been as much of a top scoring option as you can be, that it wouldn't be much of an issue for her this year, and it hasn't been so far, as she's been off to a fine start to the season and draws the whistle again. See the cross check come here, right there, right in the neck. In a dangerous spot there. Carrie Neese was the one who's whistled on the foul. So BC up 5-1. And we'll look for more. Eagles are 0 for 2 on their free position chances so far. Fairly wide here, Medjid moving center, gets in front and scores. So 2 goals in a row for, or actually I beg your pardon, it's waved off. So waved off, no goal. And so it remains 5-1. And Duke on it on the offensive end. Not sure if Medjid ended up in the crease or why the goal was disallowed, but Duke successfully clears. So right now, for the Blue Devils, I have to think it's about just finding some shots right now. Shots are 11-2 in favor of Boston College, 9-1, and shots on goal. Duke content to be patient here. Down to 30 seconds to go on the timer. Down 5-1. Still early in the second quarter. Quick pass in front. Jenner with the bounce shot. And Medjid on the board for the second time. Eighth goal of the season for Jenner. So the patience pays off for Duke. Callahan set her up. And then Jenner splits two. Makes it 5-2. Here's the Medjid play again. Maybe right there her foot gets in the crease, though. Didn't look like it. And we can't see the referee in that shot, so not sure the signal. But either way, it's 5-2. Callahan picks up the assist for Duke, her 6th of the season. And an important one for the Blue Devils here early in this second quarter. Duke ruled to have moved early, so Boston College will get possession.
Duke goal scored by number 14, Medjid, assisted by number 10, Callahan.
After that last one, it's now 7-2 at draw controls in favor of Boston College. Bell Smith's got space. Smith comes in, and she scores. Bell Smith with her 7th goal of the season. 6 goals on the board for Boston College, 6 different goal scorers. And Smith, when she got that pass, you can see that she saw the lane opening up and takes advantage. Beating Schwastik to the spot. So Bell Smith in her junior season now. Preseason All-America team after a couple of really strong seasons. 55 goals, 83 points last year. Had an unbelievable game against Duke, where she scored 9 times. It was the only time Boston College did not win. 9 points, beg your pardon, not 9 times, 9 points. It was the only time that BC did not win a game where Smith had at least 3 points last season. 16-15 Duke win down in Durham near the end of the regular season. Draw control was Jenner's that time. And a 6-2 game. Jenner making her move a little bit earlier in the timer than we saw on the last sequence, where Duke ran it all the way down to 30. Slightly more aggressive look here. Callahan on it now, working away from Sydney Scales. Keller around Reynolds. Keller on a tough angle is stopped by Hall. Violation was called against Duke anyway. That was an outstanding save by Rachel Hall, who is not afraid to go with a long outlet pass and does find Bell Smith. Smith whips one forward despite falling down and completes the pass. And Boston College is in its offensive end. With a 6-2 lead and a significant shot advantage. Smith got a double team. Got rid of the pass even with the contact. Medjid comes around, lost the handle on it, but was hit by Cubby Biscardi. So the Eagles will get a chance to reset. Here's the save on the other end by Hall, and you can see the foot's clearly in the crease at the end of it. And that was the foul on the Duke end. Eagles off the restart. Medjid on the opposite side now. Martello thought about it, got it inside, was looking for Weeks. Couldn't quite complete the pass, and Duke comes away with it with 8:22 remaining in this second quarter. Successful clear for Duke, trying to go quickly, but Hunter Roman is there to take it away. On the pass, looking for Jenner. Duke now 6 of 7 on clears on the day, but that was a 6th turnover. So again, the Eagles operate on the offensive end, the lead of 6-2. Medjid got bumped in behind. That was Maddie Johnston defensively. Medjid will restart for Boston College. Martello. Johnston closest to her. Martello got bumped, got possession back. Finds Davis, who whips one, and Fitzpatrick got a piece. Backed up by Mallory Hasselbeck. Eagles got a fresh timer. Reset at 60. Martello gives it off. Hasselbeck was open, couldn't control the pass though, and tried to push it on the turf. The possession is Duke's. And then a whistle. I think a timeout was taken there by the Blue Devils. That was Veronica Heinman, the grad student who picked it up for Duke. And we'll take a timeout with them. 6-2 lead for Boston College. We mentioned the game last year between these two teams a bunch. An impressive Duke come from behind victory. 16-15 win for the Blue Devils over Boston College. That was the second to last weekend of the regular season. And Duke at number 7 continued. They moved to 15-1 thanks to that victory. One of the best starts in program history. Abby Jenner with the game-winning goal with under 2 minutes to go. From that point on, Duke then next played North Carolina, their arch rival. Could make the NCAA tournament. Boston College, of course, went on to the national championship game for a 5th consecutive season, only to fall to number 1 North Carolina. Go all the way back to 2016, the last time that Boston College did not participate in the national championship game. Of course, the COVID year in there as well, so it's really A long time that the Eagles have been on the top of college lacrosse. Wide open net there. Hall came way out. And Duke missed on the long outlet pass. Eagles, who have the most wins in Division I women's lacrosse since the start of that 2017 season. Here are those last 5 NCAA championship games. Duke back on it now. A whistle here is Lexi Schmaltz was taken to the turf off of the turnover. Ryan Smith was there defensively, and looks like Roman is the one who's going to get called. So a chance here in a 6-2 game for Duke. Double whistle came out. Sydney Scales looked like was ruled to have moved early. So Duke with a major advantage on this free position. Schmaltz comes in and scores. So the Blue Devils take advantage. Lexi Schmaltz with her 6th goal of the year and 7th point. And it's 6-3. So obviously with 2 players out, and that's straight on, an easy lane, and then credit to Schmaltz for finding a good position in the upper left corner. So 6-3. There is Schmaltz, the senior, playing in her home state from just down the road in Needham, Mass. Went to Needham High School. Officials going over to the sidelines, talking to each team. Both of Schmaltz's parents are Duke alums, including her dad, who was a lacrosse player at Duke. 2-time All-American at Needham High School before heading down to Durham. And has had a solid career, especially of late. 12 points last year, and a good start to this season for the midfielder. Ground ball to be had. Reynolds, a good job to force it forward to give the Eagles possession. Cassidy Weeks was the one who came back to get it. A 6-3 game. 4:38 to go here in the first half. Davis had a lane, lost the handle on it. Jordan Bauer with a good defensive play for Duke. And then a whistle on the turnover attempt by Boston College. So Schmaltz will restart possession for Duke.
Good hustle, Kayla.
Whistle obviously came out. Schmaltz was headed over to the Duke side. Kenneth Davis looks like was called. I think it was green card that the official held up there. So Duke will have an opportunity, a player up, trying to get within 2. That was called just moments after a failed restart for Duke in the midfield. Kenna Davis called for the green card. Chance here and a bounce shot. And it did not go for Carly Bernstein. Rachel Hall credited with the save. Second of the game for the Eagles keeper. Duke has been patient all day on the offensive end. Keller through the middle. DeSimone got the pass away to Bernstein, but there was just no angle on that shot. Melanie Welsh was there affecting Bernstein, and Hall was in good position on that left post. Now the Eagles will try to run out some of the time on this Duke player up advantage. Whistle here goes against Duke. Eva Greco will be called.
Let's go, BC!
So here's that last chance, the second sequence here, and watch Hall in really good position make that save with the left leg. Welsh comes out to help, but there's really just no angle. Sydney Scales was there as well. And then the call at the end of it, so Boston College, after defending a player up advantage for Duke, .209 to go here in this first half. Davis across for Weeks. Weeks has a lane, and she puts it in. Second of the game and 7th of the season for Cassidy Weeks. You'll see this lane open up for Weeks, and she just took advantage. Did not lose any sort of time. And got around Sydney Smith. So Weeks on the board for the second time in the game, and that is Boston College's first multi-goal scorer of the game. They've had 6 different scores in the game today. That goes out as a player up goal for Boston College. It was a yellow card against Greco. So the Eagles will still have time with the advantage. picked clean by Duke. Veronica Heineman wins the draw control for the Blue Devils. That has been a category still in favor of BC. 8-4 after that last Duke win. Eagles have doubled up Duke in shots, 14-7. 12-5 in shots on goal. With under a minute to go here in this first half. It's about a 10-second difference between the possession timer and the game. Duke content to wait most of it out. 30 to shoot for the Blue Devils. Callahan coming all the way around, defended by Schleicher. Another cutting chance, and Rachel Hall there again. Duke's back on it though with 12 seconds to go. Bounce shot stopped. Duke just had to shoot. That possession time was running down. Hall trying to go quickly down the length of the field. Ground ball, Duke will get it, but not enough time for a good look. That will do it for the first half. Riley Traynor was the one on that last opportunity.
The score at halftime.
And then it was Maddie McCorkle as well. Rachel Hall plays herself a nice first half. And with a pretty strong defensive effort, it's a 7-3 Boston College lead over Duke at the end of one half of play here from Fish Fieldhouse. Good first half for the number 4 team in the country, trying to bounce back off its first loss of the season and start conference play with a win. 7-3 is our halftime score. Welcome back, 7-3 Boston College, the lead over Duke. Take a look at the highlights out of the first half, and you know, a bunch of things come to mind, but most notably is, boy, the depth of scoring on this Boston College team. 6 different scorers with goals in that first half. There's McKenna Davis, who also cashed in with 4 assists in that first half by the time things were said and done. And then credit Rachel Hall. A couple of big saves over the course of that half. She's credited with 4 as we start here in this third quarter. That was Jenner on the board for Duke. But overall, BC kind of, if you look at the statistical categories, really controlling things from the shot standpoint, the shots on goal standpoint, and the draw controls. That stands out here for Boston College. And again, you're going against a player, if you're BC, and Maddie Jenner, that we talked about off the top of the show today, now the all-time Division I leader with 646 career draw controls. And remember, it's not just about her career. She also was the Division I leader this season with 14 draw controls per game over the first 3 games of the year so far. So Eagles have really done a nice job controlling that, and it's been a truly group effort. And most notably, the fact that Ryan Smith has been the one to take all the draw controls, but she actually doesn't have a draw control credited to her. Reynolds has 4, Schleicher has 3, Smith has 1 as well. It's such a good 3-person unit for BC on the draw control, and it's part of the reason that they've been able to stay in this game and play well. So, important moments for Duke now to try to find some of that offensive firepower. Those shot numbers did start to rise as the second quarter went on a little bit. They ended up with 7 shots in the second quarter compared to just 2 in the first overall, and 6 of those 7 were on goal. So they outshot BC 7-5 in the second. So that's a positive for Duke, and we'll see if they can continue that. There was a moment where it looked like Duke could cut the game to 2. Big save for Rachel Hall, and it allowed Boston College. They sprung back the other way and end up scoring a goal. Another good example of a team draw control win. It belongs to Schleicher. Schleicher comes all the way in 1-on-4, but lost the handle on it. That's a clean turnover, and Duke heads back the other way. You see Schleicher got knocked down in the process. Here is DeBellis. Works it back for Maddie Jenner. DeSimone, who the Eagles held in check in that first half. Duke's leading scorer. Pass was behind DeBellis. Here is Bernstein. Her shot on a tough angle, stopped by Hall. Here is Scales. Bell Smith now shifting, moves back against the defense. Got it to Medjid, and Jenn Medjid scores. Not sure if Medjid got hit on the end of that play. Saw her limping a bit at the end of it, but a nice job to convert. Jenn Medjid with her second goal of the game and third point of the day. Watch Medjid on the right side of your screens, just gonna slip around, take the pass there. Good job to spin off. And then you see that little hop at the end of it. Certainly did not look like it affected her at any point during the swing of the stick on the goal. Seems to be okay at the moment, maybe in a touch of discomfort, but gonna continue to play through it. It's an 8-3 lead for Boston College. So you kind of look at the flow of where this game was. Remember, Duke cut it to 6-3 with 5:07 to go in the second. And then Boston College with the late strike at the end. After Duke had an opportunity, 2 shots in a row stopped by Rachel Hall on chances from Bernstein. The Eagles then score with 1:44 to go. So what could have potentially been 6-4 turns into 7-3 at the half, and it's now 8-3 Boston College. Draw control win, though, here for Duke. As we play here early third quarter of the first ACC game of the season for each of these two top 10 teams, Boston College and Duke. Maddie Jenner moving away. Jenner shoots, did not have a chance to get everything on that. McKenna Davis will bring it up. Such a good team defensive play by Boston College to prevent Jenner from getting a good look on that shot. There is Weeks. Weeks working back. You saw the double team come. Knew she had Davis. Was content to work back to her. Medjid, patience. Cutting, Bell Smith couldn't find her on the pass. And it ends up in on Fitzpatrick. Duke, who has not had a goalie go the distance in any game this year. Fitzpatrick is back in there for the second half. Jillian Curran got the ground ball right in front of the scorer's table. pass on a bounce picked up by Nice. And did manage to keep it in before it went over that blue line. Again, remember, it's not the football sidelines, it's the blue lines that mark the out of bounds here at Fish Fieldhouse. DeSimone. High pass controlled by DeBellis. Cassidy Weeks guarding her. Curran trying to get position. And the goal does not count. Wave it off. Sydney Scales made the play defensively. See if we can see if her foot went in the crease. Again, it's that blue circle, and yes, it did. Good call by the officials. Saw that right foot in the circle. So it remains 8-3. Looks like a timeout was taken on the pitch with 10:55 to go in the third. 8-3 is the Boston College lead. Welcome back to Fish Fieldhouse. I want to go back to that defensive sequence on an earlier possession for Duke here at the beginning of the third. Watch Maddie Jenner trying to get position, but watch how the Eagles do a really nice job of Weeks and Welsh coming together to force Jenner to have to make that shot against her momentum. And because of it, Rachel Hall is able to make a pretty routine save on it. It was well done all around by the Boston College defense, which really has high hopes for that unit this year. Brought back basically everybody except Courtney Taylor, who came in as a grad transfer last year from Temple on the BC back line. Acacia Walker-Weinstein for a long time has said the defense has really been the unsung heroes of this run of success that BC has had over the last 5 seasons, making the national championship game 5 years in a row. The numbers don't necessarily pop to begin the year, but worth noting that BC has played now their 4th consecutive ranked opponent to begin the year, when this is the time of year that not everybody's playing ranked teams in the non-conference. So you figure those numbers will sort itself out. Did give up 15 against Northwestern, but held USC to 3 goals in the opener in a dominant effort. They've done a pretty nice job holding Duke off the board so far today. Veronica Heineman away from Weeks. Maddie Jenner has the ball in her possession quite a bit for Duke. Schmaltz, who scored earlier, the Needham Mass native. DeSimone coming in, tough angled shot. It was a little bit high of the bar. DeBellis was there on the backup. Bernstein spinning away from Weeks. 22 to shoot for Duke. Schmaltz trying to get around Hunter Roman. Roman forced it back. It's Anna Callahan now. 13 to shoot for Duke on the possession timer. Callahan with a burst of speed. Trying to cut back left. Has to give it up. DeSimone coming in, missed high. With just 2 on the timer. And Duke forced to give it up. Another strong defensive stand by Boston College. Kyle Smith retreats back for Welsh. 8:08 to go in this third quarter from Fish Fieldhouse. 8-3 is the Boston College lead. Hunter Roman will be on the restart for BC right in front of the Duke bench. Kirsten Kimmel, the Duke head coach, in the background. Davis. Vision's been so impressive. Martello with the rip. Second of the game for the Eagles' leading scorer, Kayla Martello. It's up to 13 goals on the season. The lead is 9-3 now in favor of Boston College. And here's Martello, just decides to take it. You could see that wall of 3 blue jerseys had she kept going. So was able to stop and shoot that puck against the grain. So a timeout used here with 7:18 to go in this third quarter. And Duke using the timeout. We'll try to reset a little bit. Again, it's interesting here in this third. The thirds felt a little bit like the first, where Duke certainly had their share of possession. Rachel Haldo's done a really nice job. 6 saves now she's been credited for in the game. That last sequence, not a save in there, but the Eagles forcing down the timer. And let's take a look at Rachel Hall, the grad goaltender for Boston College. She has had a knack for stepping up in the biggest moments throughout her career as a member of the Eagles. After coming in as a transfer from Oregon 3 years ago. All the native of Cypress, Texas. You look at her numbers last year, and in some cases, they actually were not as good as her numbers as a junior. But you look at the way she played at the end of the season, was really good in the NCAA tournament, stepped up in big moments when Boston College needed her, and that's the kind of goalie she's been throughout the course of her career. 8 saves against Denver, 8 saves against Loyola Maryland, and 8 saves against North Carolina in the national championship game. Those are all NCAA tournament numbers as the season went on at the end of the year. Of course, notably in the Eagles' 2021 national championship season, combined for 20 saves in the Final Four, 11 against North Carolina and 9 against Syracuse in the championship. It's been good so far this afternoon. So out of the Duke timeout, we'll see Duke still content to be patient here on the offensive end, trailing by 6. Jenner working against Schleicher. Back for Maddie McCorkle. 20 to shoot for Duke. And again, a long, extended offensive sequence here for the Blue Devils. Down to the timer. Pass looking for DeBellis. Rachel Hall's there. And Boston College will use a timeout with Hall being chased from behind. So the Eagles, a smart timeout there to make sure that they keep possession and get a reset. And that's the second sequence in a row where Boston College forced Duke pretty far down into the possession timer. That one was a little bit of a different situation. Duke had a bunch of shots on the most recent sequence. That one never got a shot away. It was just a really good job by Boston College to continue to hold serve, and make the play. And then when Hall was able to jump out, took possession away, and that's when Acacia Walker-Weinstein used the timeout. There's that last offensive sequence again. Pass was for DeBellis, and Hall just read that extremely well. And you can see here, tough to establish position, so the Eagles use one of those timeouts at their disposal. No surprise once again to see Boston College, one of their players recognized as some of the top players in the country. In the early season Tewaaraton Award watch list, which will get whittled down a few different times over the course of this season. For Boston College, Jenn Medjid, Sydney Scales, Holly Schleicher, and Belle Smith, all on that early season Tewaaraton Award watch list, given to the best player in college lacrosse. Eagles have been pretty successful with that award. 3 winners over the last few years. Sam Puzo and of course Charlotte North. Duke as well with their Tewaaraton Award watch list. Olivia Carner, Katie DeSimone, and Maddie Jenner. That's been a big factor defensively here for Boston College, as they have held Duke's top scorer, DeSimone, completely off the board so far today. Jenner has scored twice. DeSimone, who came in with 11 goals, 6 assists, have been held off the board. Anna Callahan, their second leading scorer, has an assist. That's it. So impressive work by the Boston College defense. So out of the timeout, Schleicher got bumped before going out of bounds. And the Eagles can set up on the offensive end. McKenna Davis gets rid of it to Belle Smith. Medjid, straight on. Spinning away from Addie Johnston. Smith with an excellent spin move, then got hit up high. Tubby Biscardi was called for the foul. And beg your pardon, it was actually Biscardi coming in, and the hit up high. So Belle Smith will get an opportunity on the free position. Eagles have yet to convert on the free position. They've passed off most of the ones that they've had so far. Smith passes it off again. Martello just missed. Backup, though, was there for Boston College. That was a really solid look. Medjid. Here is Belle Smith. Smith, pass comes center. Davis, did she get it off before the possession time? It looks like the answer is yes. And BC leads 10-3. right at the end of the possession time. Off a good setup from Belle Smith. Davis with her 7th goal of the season. She has 5 points today. And Belle Smith with her 2nd assist. And so the Eagles have opened up their largest lead of the game at 10-3. Beg your pardon, that's 6 points for Davis now. 2 goals and 4 assists to lead the way for Boston College. So 10 goals for the Eagles, 2 for Davis, 2 for Medjid, 2 for Martello, 2 for Cassidy Weeks, 1 for Belle Smith. And the Eagles have scored all 3 goals here in this 3rd quarter. And 4 in a row going back to the end of the 2nd.
By number 5, Belle Smith.
And again, that one just beating the timer. Eagles with another draw control here. They're up 9-6 in that category so far today. Ryan Smith was bumped, but we play on. A whistle behind the play. Like the possession time was supposed to reset and it had not, so it restarts now. Ava Benson, who's out there, the freshman attacker from Georgia for the first time for BC. Duke's on possession of it now. .240 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Still a quarter plus to go, but time at some point going to start to run short. So an important sequence here for the Blue Devils. Bernstein turning off her back foot and scores. Clean rip for Carly Bernstein. And the sophomore makes it 10-4. 7th goal of the season. Really nice job here getting to the spot. And then spinning off of that left foot. Elevating. So the angle of that shot is too high for Weeks to be able to defend. And it is 10-4 now. So Duke gets 1 back. First goal for Duke since the 5:07 mark of the 2nd quarter.
Duke goal, scored by number 25, Carly Bernstein.
Eagles on possession here for the final 2 minutes of this 3rd quarter. Medjid had a lot of room there to run into that sequence. Got it ahead, good save. That was Cassidy Weeks on the opportunity, and the save made, I think that's Madison Drabing, who's into the game in goal for Duke now. So as we said, Duke has a lot of goalies on their roster. They tend to play multiple goalies over the course of a game. And Drabing, who's in goal now, good stop here. Weeks falling to the ground, but still with a pretty good look. And the freshman goalkeeper from Palos Park, Illinois, makes the save. Reposition chance here, though, for Boston College. Bell Smith on the free position, and it's stopped again. Back-to-back saves by Drabing. Eagles, though, off a turnover, get it right back. And BC's gonna use the timeout again. So the Eagles will keep their possession, and they will be able to hold for a final shot. There's the save again, off the free position look from Bell Smith. So back-to-back stops for Madison Drabing. Playing in her third game of the season, played the second most minutes behind Sophia LaRose. 6 goals allowed and 6 saves so far. So with 51 seconds to go in this third quarter, Boston College lead of 10-4, led as much as 10-3. And Duke with the most recent goal in this game to cut it to 6. Got a couple of saves, but then turned it over. As Nick Williams, the assistant coach, talking it over with his defensive unit. So a huge sequence here. The difference between 6 or potentially 7. As you see some of the fans packed into Fish Fieldhouse, and his family and some other student athletes here at Boston College. Those will be outside soon enough, less than a month. It's a little bit warmer, and more specifically, the bubble comes off the field at Alumni Stadium. So we'll see what the Eagles do with this last 43 seconds. That line between wanting to hold as much as possible, but get a look. Ryan Smith, ended by Carrie Neese. Smith, a little bit of a lane. Lost the handle on it momentarily, but got it right back. Here is Bell Smith. Double team comes, Smith got rid of it. Away for Ryan Smith. Now the shot from Davis. High of the net with 6 seconds to go. Backed up by BC, gotta go quickly, pass bouncing through, and that'll do it for the third. So, Eagles do get a look late, but Duke with a little bit of a spark momentum-wise by Madison Drabing, who makes 2 saves at the end of that sequence. Still a 10-4 lead for Boston College as we go to the fourth quarter here on ACC Network Extra. welcome back to Fish Fieldhouse. It's a 10-4 lead for Boston College over Duke, but is there a little spark late in that third? Two big saves in a row for Madison Drabing, who was just brought into the game by Kirsten Kimmel. Drabing, as we said, the freshman from Illinois on a Duke team that is very deep in goal. This is likely to be one of those situations where really sure you're going to see one of these goaltenders take the job. Already played 3 so far this year. No one has gone the distance in a game so far. Some of that obviously has to do with the big win over Gardner-Webb, but it's going to be interesting to see how this Duke goalkeeping unit is managed by Kirsten Kimmel over the course of this year. 5 goalies on the roster, and pretty much 4 of them have played either this year or in the past. Eagles with a crucial draw control to start. It's been a very positive category today. 12-6 in favor of Boston College. Ryan Smith has been taking them, but a lot of help from Reynolds and Schleicher. That was Reynolds' 6th draw control, credited to her alone in the game. So BC on the offensive end. Davis got it back, gave it up. Medjid with space and scores. And the Eagles reestablish a lead of 7. Hat trick for Jenn Medjid. So 3 goals and an assist today for Jenn Medjid. Another good job by Davis to find that after losing it initially. See if they give Davis credit for an assist there. That would be her 5th of the game, but it looks like they'll, for now, just count it as a Medjid unassisted goal. Her 12th of the season and 3rd of the game. And remember, this is just the 3rd game of the year for Medjid. Who missed the UMass on February 15th. 16-6 Boston College win.
Boston College goal scored by number 35, Jenn Medjid.
So the Eagles, who were unable to score at the end of that 3rd, but basically you could count a goal as at the beginning of the 4th, is kind of the same situation in terms of the momentum of the game. Such a possession-oriented game sometime. If you can get control of the draw, that rattles the post from Cassidy Weeks. He was closest to it on the backup. And now, BC has had possession for quite a bit of time here in a row after the Duke goal to cut it to 6. Basically been 4+ minutes going back, and Martello adds another. 3rd of the game for Kayla Martello, and it's a 12-4 Boston College lead. Medjid steps it up. And Martello just with a little bit of a fake up top. Jenn Medjid credited with the assist. So 3 goals and 2 assists now for Medjid. And Boston College with its largest lead of the game now at 8. That's where the momentum, if you're Duke, like you talked about, you score the goal with a 2:10 left in the 3rd. You cut it to 6. at 10-4, so still certainly not by any means cutting it close, but at least what you feel like is still within some level of striking distance. But a couple of draw controls in a row, 3 of them in fact for BC, 4 minutes of possession, and all of a sudden the lead's out to 8. Duke won the draw control here, but turned over. It's the 11th turnover of the game for Duke. Boston College is back on possession, and now you have to figure we'll start to use some time. Or at least attempt to, as this fourth quarter starts to wind on. Courtney Weeks off to her sister Cassidy. Cassidy Weeks played well today. Tough angle shot and a good save by Drabing. It's the 3rd save for Drabing since coming into the game. And Duke has possession back. Duke's been pretty patient on the offensive end for the most part today, but you have to figure they will not be able to do that if there's a comeback to be had, down 12-4 here in the 4th. Jenner. Harley Bernstein, who scored the most recent Duke goal, gives it up to Nice. Now here's Callahan. Back for Nice, what a shot. Carry Nice. Tickets that to the upper corner. And it's a 12-5 game. This is just a wonderful shot by the sophomore from Richmond, Virginia. Played 8 games last year as a rookie in the midfield. A little bit more of an increased role this season. Her 3rd goal of the season. That's a 12-5 game. Been Ryan Smith and Maddie Jenner all day at the draw control. Violation on the draw against Jenner.
Goal scored by number 41, Carrie Reese, assisted by number 10, Anna Callahan.
Callahan got an assist on the goal. So her 2nd assist of the game. And BC's going to be okay to use more of the clock here. Putting together another strong defensive effort. Approaching 10 minutes to go. Pass underneath the stick of Medjid, and Duke will have it. Certainly not quite done yet if the Devils start something here. Jenner got rid of it quickly. Good play from behind by Hunter Roman, but it comes right back to DeSimone. And the junior cuts it to 6 again. Katie DeSimone, the reigning All-American and the leading scorer with her 12th of the season on the board for the first time. And it's a broken play that finally allows her to get on the scoreboard. So again, off a couple of different turnover sequences. And was knocked down there clean by Roman. But the Eagles couldn't reestablish possession. And DeSimone takes advantage. Schleicher off of a clean feed from Smith.
Assisted by number 14, Medjid.
Eagles get a ground ball, Reynolds, but then lost it. Duke with a little bit of momentum right now. They've scored the last two. And on possession here with 9 minutes to go in the fourth. DeSimone got bumped. And the foul will go against, that's Annabelle Hasselbeck.
Let's go, BC! Let's go, Rachel!
Katie DeSimone will get a chance on the free position after scoring just moments ago. Here's the call against Hasselbeck. DeSimone comes in and scores. 2 in a row for the Blue Devils' leading scorer. And this is now a 5-goal game with 8:58 to go. Not done yet. As the Blue Devils trying to mount a comeback. Just a straight look, you can see how much DeSimone choked up on the stick. Get good accuracy on that shot. Ground ball off the draw control, won by Duke. Veronica Heinman. And all the momentum on the side of the Blue Devils. A little bit faster on the offensive pace. DeSimone coming in. She's got 3 in a row. And Duke is within 4. Maybe more than anything because of the situation in the game, Duke has been forced to go a little bit faster on the offensive end, and it is certainly paying off for the Blue Devils at the moment. 4 Duke goals in a row, 3 of them by Katie DeSimone. We are not done yet. Well, you never know what could happen in this high-scoring of sport, and Katie DeSimone, who the Eagles did a wonderful job holding in check for the first 3 quarters plus of this game. But that's now 3 goals in the last minute and 9 seconds. See her season average, and now much closer to that. And it hasn't necessarily come because of draw control success, but Duke has created some turnovers, gotten possession, maybe even a little momentum off of 3 saves for Madison Drabig in goal. Boston College will try to look to stabilize now off of an Acacia Walker-Weinstein timeout. Eagles do win the draw here and leading by 4. Despite 4 consecutive goals here scored by the 10th-ranked Blue Devils. And some kind of violation called against BC. So Duke back on it. What a play by Schleicher. Holly Schleicher with a huge caused turnover. In a big moment. And BC gets possession back. Pass though for Hasselbeck was too high. And Duke on possession again. With under 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. So a timeout taken by Duke with 7:32 remaining in the 4th. An important sequence here. Well, Duke scored those last 4 goals in such a short sequence that now all of a sudden feels like 4 and 7 minutes is certainly doable, and it's thanks to DeSimone. That's on the border first goal. That's 2 in a row for Duke. And then again, in 1 minute and 9 seconds, free position goal. And then just 24 seconds later, add another. 3 goals today now in short order for Katie DeSimone. Reigning All-American honorable mention and 2nd team All-ACC selection. Led the team with 60 goals last year. Top 10 of the ACC in goals per game. At the 7th highest point total in Duke history with 85. And with 3 more after the goals, that's now 20 points over the first 4 games of the season. So again, it was a Duke timeout to allow possession to stay with the Blue Devils. Eagles aggressive off the restart, but no problem for Duke to get position. The last 4 goals in this game belong to the Blue Devils after BC had scored 6 of 7 over a stretch dating back to the end of this first half. Nice got pushed off. Boy, Holly Schleicher has played just a huge game defensively. No surprise, certainly she's played a lot of those over the course of her career. Foul against Duke, Eagles play on. Martello works it back to Medjid. 37 to shoot, Boston College. Cutting Martello. She scores! Team leading 4th goal of the game for Kayla Martello. And the Eagles take a breath and establish a lead again of 5. Martello, 4 goals on the day. Started back pretty early on in the first to make it 2-0. Then in this second half to make it 9-3. To make it 12-4. And then just a moment ago, clean look off a pass from Courtney Weeks. And Martello with a key goal to slow down the Duke run of 4 goals in a row and give Boston College a 5-goal lead again with under 6 minutes remaining. And Courtney Weeks got an assist on that goal. So that's now 7 Eagles with points today. 4 goals from Martello, 3 goals, 2 assists from Medjid, 2 goals, 4 assists for Davis. And Martello continues to step up and be a huge offensive option this year for Acacia Walker-Weinstein. .5:17 to go here in the 4th. Bell Smith with a hard pass. Good catch, Medjid. Got it in front. And Cassidy Weeks scores. What a great catch that was. Bell Smith's gonna throw a fastball and Medjid had to go up high to catch it, but then quickly continuing the sequence of the play. Great catch by Medjid. And Weeks finds an opening. 3rd goal of the game for Cassidy Weeks. So after allowing 4 in a row, Eagles certainly reestablish their lead. 14-8 now after back-to-back goals. 3rd of the day and 8th of the season for Cassidy Weeks. Another draw control win. That's 18-8 at the draw control for Boston College. Coming into this game, this was a top 10 draw control team in the country in Duke, 2nd in the ACC in percentage and 3rd in draw controls per game, 7th nationally. But BC has really stepped up there today. Led by 8 from Reynolds and 6 from Schleicher. 3 from Ryan Smith, who's been the one taking it. 4 minutes to go. Weeks again! 4-goal game for Cassidy Weeks. And how about that for an answer? 4 consecutive goals for Duke, cutting it down to a 4-goal game. And the Eagles now with 3 straight in a short window. And the lead is back up to 7. Back-to-back goals from Cassidy Weeks. And give another assist to Courtney Weeks, who's assisted now on 2 of the last 3 Eagles goals. So that's now 3 goals in a span of 2 minutes and 1 second to go from a lead of 12-8 to a lead of 15-8. Schleicher reaching for it.
Assisted by number 6, Courtney Wings.
Katie Keller was in there as well. And BC got it again. Ryan Smith off the restart. Cutting Martello. Kayla Martello. And the Eagles now have all of the lead back. From 12-4 to 12-8 to 16-8. For Martello, that ties her season and career high with 5 goals. She also had 5 earlier this year against UMass back on the 15th of February.
Boston College.
And the amazing part of this stretch, and again, when you talk about the level of possession in the game and the momentum of a game, and since Duke cut it to 12-8, Duke has barely had possession. That's what can happen when you go on a run at the draw control. Yellow card, or the flag comes out here, I should say, with 2:12 to go after the Rachel Hall save. Draw controls in this fourth quarter, by the way, are 8-3 in favor of Boston College. Schleicher's going to get called. You see the cross check right there. So free position chance for Carly Bernstein. Duke has converted twice so far. What a stop. Rachel Hall with her 8th save of the afternoon. .123 remaining as the Eagles trying to run out the time on a 3rd win of the season and 1st in conference play. Eagles won't be able to hold all the way. That'll be one more rush and then the possession time will turn off. All in a 4th quarter of runs as Medjid fires and scores. And that will be the dagger. It'll end up as the largest lead of the game at any point for Boston College. Medjid now with 4 goals to go along with 3 assists today. And it's a 9-goal Boston College lead. Andrea Reynolds is the one who set it up. And she will get an assist on the play. It's now 8 players with points today for Boston College. And from a game that BC led 12-4, Duke, to their credit, came back with 4 goals in a row, 3 of them by Katie DeSimone. Cut it to a 12-8 game. And not just a 12-8 game late, a 12-8 game with 8:34 to go. So, you know, at least you had to think about it. But the Eagles have closed with 5 consecutive goals and a draw control win. Frankly, BC, considering the level of talent and the all-time leader in draw controls on the other side, and Medjid Jenner with a pretty dominant day in the circle. They win 20 draw controls compared to 9 for Duke. And most crucially, in the fourth quarter, the draw controls were 9-3. One final whistle there on Scales as the clock continues to run. And that is going to be the difference. And a Boston College win to open ACC play. One more whistle with 2.9 to go. We'll sort something out. Wonder if they're ruling that Duke started early there off that restart, which is why it was blown dead. Whatever it is, it's not going to end up mattering for the win and the loss in this game. And just potentially maybe sorting out a final shot or score. Looks like Duke will start with possession from the fan. 2.9 to go. One more shot in, stopped by Hall. And Boston College is a 17-8 winner in this top 10 matchup. So the Eagles close with 5 consecutive goals after Duke had scored 4 in a row to cut it to a 4-goal game. And BC wins 17-8. And that will be the Eagles' last test before they go down to Chapel Hill in a rematch of last year's national championship game. Dominant win all around, as it turns out in the final result. Credit to Duke for the comeback effort, but BC in control today. 17-8 the final, as BC moves to 3-1 and 1-0 in the ACC. Appreciate you joining us today here on a Saturday afternoon inside Fish Fieldhouse, where Boston College moves to 3-1 on the regular season and 1-0 in the ACC, the 17-8 win. For our whole crew, including producer Josh Demers, Eric Galanti saying so long from Fish Fieldhouse. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.